Let's buy a boat and travel the world, I said.
We don't know how to sail, I said.
Call us crazy, but we did it anyway, and we invite you to come along as we fumble our way through this new life.
You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Well, we had a fabulous final sail of the season yesterday to get us over here to Samos Island, where we're going to be putting Galene in the boatyard for the winter and to do some work. But we've made a stop off at just a gorgeous little marina on the south side of the island, and there's no wind right now, and we've been noticing that everybody seems to be taking the sails off. A few people here are going to be going to the boatyard as well, so we're going to do the same, and hopefully it will go a bit smoother than it did last time. So Pythagoreio, a UNESCO heritage site, was once a powerful ancient port whose ruins can still be found alongside the lively modern harbour today. The quaint seaside village with its many cafes, restaurants and craft shops is a popular destination for those, like us, touring the island. Taking pride of place on the seawall is a commanding statue in tribute to the philosopher and mathematician Pythagoras, who was born on the island of Samos around 570 BC.
So yeah, we got a statue of Pythagoras here. It just kind of blows you away, you know, when you're sailing in the Med. That you're like, we're planning on putting our boat in a boatyard just a couple kilometers up the road, and this is a place where Pythagoras hung out, you know, for the first 40 years of his life. In 2,500 years ago, he was here, and it's just like a regular town. It's just the Med just blows you away with the amount of history that's here.
For anyone who doesn't know,
Pythagoras,
who hasn't maybe come across it at school yet or whatever.
It's a right angle triangle, okay? And he's the one that figured out that the square of the base plus the square of the height equals the square of the hypotenuse. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Stroll just off the waterfront and you'll discover Pythagorea's charming Blue Street, an alley splashed in blue and white, brightened by local artistry. Taking about 10 minutes to walk through at a leisurely pace, it's short but memorable.
While there are other points of interest to see, such as the incredible Upalinus Tunnel, a 6th century BC engineering marvel, we would have to save them for another day, as we had to get back to the business of wintering our boats. So today's the day that we're going to be leaving this beautiful little spot. The moon's still out. It's only 6:30 in the morning, and we're just getting ready to leave. And these are our friends on Halakai, Paul and Di. They're going to be heading to the same boatyard as us. We're going to be boatyard buddies. Just coming to watch how the pros do it. So we're on our own again, about to hit the road, as it were. And yeah, it's kind of mixed feelings on this one because it's going to be our last time on the water for this year. It feels like we've been in and out. We splashed in June and we've done a lot in the few months that we've been in the water, and we've certainly done a lot to build our confidence this year, having spent quite a bit of time on our own. But it's always nice to hook up with people, and you obviously got similar interests and stories to tell and help each other out. So yeah, it's kind of a nice way to finish the season, head into the boatyard with somebody that you've got to know and become friends with.
So we're about to leave the marina, a lovely marina. I'm going to miss it, but you know, whenever we leave a marina, we follow standard imperial procedure and dump our garbage.
So slime line, and then I'll come back and do this one.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go forward. We're moving into this other boat. Are we clear?
Arriving to or leaving a dock, even in calm conditions, is a bit nerve-wracking when you're still getting used to how your boat handles in tight spaces. All can be going to plan one moment, and then the briefest crosswind can make it feel the same as trying to control a car when sliding across a winter ice patch on the road. A level of constant vigilance, at least for us, is required at all times.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go easy, easy on our tiptoes.
The trip around to the boatyard would take about 3.5 hours, and it gave us time to reflect. Was this our best season yet? All things being equal, the answer was a resounding yes. Setting aside the stress of engine and alternator repairs, we managed to cover a lot of ground, seen some beautiful scenery, and made some wonderful new friends. We had done this all on our own. And given this was only our second year of boat ownership, we were feeling proud of our accomplishments.
As we hover outside the boatyard waiting our turn to go in, we can't help but think back to our previous haul-out experience in Corfu. The boatyard there had a very different system, which involved us driving our boat between two underwater tracks, a bit like entering an automatic car wash. But then a hand-crank pulley slowly inched us to shore, where we were loaded onto a type of flatbed truck and manoeuvred into place by a farm tractor. All accomplished by staff with many years of experience, and surprisingly, given the rudimentary approach, without incident. Well, we are at our final destination, just outside the boatyard in Karlovasti, which is on the north side of the island. It took us about 3 hours to get round here, and we went through some, I guess they call it wind acceleration zones, so we hit about 25 knots at times, but obviously no sails up. We already have taken all the sails down, so we're just hanging and waiting for our spot to go and get lifted. Always a little bit sickening feeling. I don't think we'll be at ease until we're finally up on the hard stand, so see how it goes.
How's it looking? Want to give him a bow line there, Deb?
Yeah. Carlovasi Boatyard had a much more sophisticated system, as you'll see, which felt more robust and secure. It was another first for us, and only the second time we had hauled our boat out of the water, so we were thankful to do it in calm conditions, and Pete did a first-class job getting us into position, as our boat doesn't always cooperate in reverse gear.
Neutral now.
Once all the lines are secure, we finally exhale. It's over to the yard for the next step in the process, the big lift. But first they need to finish up Halakai and put her to bed for the winter. Galene is a small boat compared to many others in the yard at just under 12 meters. But boats were built differently back in 1980, and on paper, she weighs in at 12.25 tons. This doesn't take into account the 500 kilograms of house batteries we've added, or the dinghy, solar array, and all the other personal stuff we've jammed into every available space. Fully loaded, she's probably closer to 14 or 15 tons. Her weight is something we don't normally pay too much attention to when we're gliding through the waves, but when we find ourselves swaying 3 meters above the ground, balanced on 2 canvas straps, safely reaching her final land berth is all we can think about.
Any worrying in this respect, albeit understandable, was completely unnecessary, as the Carlovasi Boatyard team were highly skilled and professional in their approach to handling our floating home. This had been an adrenaline-fueled day, and we were relieved to see Galene gently laid down and secured in what would be her home for the next 5 to 6 months. We had drafted a very ambitious to-do list of boat maintenance and upgrades for the winter months. But for now, our highest priority was grabbing a cold drink and decompressing from all the action.
Join us next time as we settle into boatyard life, making some new friends.
She found a new home.
Yeah, she likes it here.
What's all that stuff there?
That's fur. She had a bit of an altercation with another cat that also preferred this spot, and she won out.
And we seriously questioned whether we've bitten off more than we can chew in terms of boat projects.
Ow. Huh? No, it's me. Galloping gonads. Okay, here we go.